Hi there and welcome to Economic Observations. My name is Chris. Today is the 24th of February and thank you so much for watching. This video is brought to you by the Tanzania School Foundation, a nonprofit near and dear to my heart. Wow, what a 24 hours we have had. Russia invades Ukraine, not just the eastern part, but they are wreaking havoc with the whole country, it appears. Stock market futures didn't like that, and the stock market didn't like it at all today. It was down nearly 1,000 points, only to bounce back and close up 92 points today. What a strange ride. NASDAQ was up a whopping 436 points today. What the hell is going on? On news of the invasion last night, Bitcoin came crashing down to $35,000 and change. Today it is seeing a little bit of a bump back. But what does this mean for the whole world? I mean, when will Russia stop? Will they stop with Ukraine or will they keep going? It is something to watch out for. Scary times, my friends, scary times. At one point, the price of oil was over $102. Right now, it's hovering around $95, and that can change at any time. I don't know what happened today where the markets just did a turnaround. I don't know if it was after Biden spoke, but who knows what it was. Maybe people were buying the dip. But the Dow futures are down 125 points right now. Where it goes by 9:30 tomorrow morning is anybody's guess. But there are some sectors that we have to be careful about. There are over 4,000 fast food restaurants, U.S. companies based in Russia. McDonald's and KFC, with 2,700 of these, with the sanctions that so many countries are putting on Russia and their inability to have cash and financial assets, these companies could take a hit. They also include Starbucks and Papa Gino's and Burger King, where each of those companies have hundreds. Burger King has over 600 restaurants in Russia, and what is it going to do? It can adversely affect the price of those companies. You know, we work in a global environment today, and many of these U.S. companies operate in every country in the world. And with unrest and instability, things could take an adverse turn. Why does Ukraine matter? And this is all something we should be aware of. It is the second largest country in Europe by area and has a population of over 43 million people, more than Poland by about 6 million. Ukraine ranks first in Europe in proven recoverable reserves of uranium ores, second place in Europe, and 10th place in the world in terms of titanium ore reserves. It is the second largest iron ore reserves in the world, second place in Europe in terms of mercury ore reserves, third place in Europe in shale gas reserves, fourth in the world by total value of natural resources, seventh place in the world in coal reserves, 33.9 billion tons. Ukraine is an important agricultural country. It is the first in Europe in terms of arable land area. Third place in the world by areas of black soil, 25% of the world's volume. First place in the world of exports of sunflower and sunflower oil. Second place in the world of barley production, and fourth place in barley exports. Third largest producer and fourth largest exporter of corn in the world. The fourth largest producer of potatoes. The fifth largest rye producer in the world. The fifth place in the world in bee production. Eighth place in the world of wheat exports. Ninth place in the world of producer of chicken eggs. 16th place in the world of cheese exports. Ukraine can meet the food needs of nearly 600 million people. Europe's second and the world's fourth largest natural gas pipeline system. the third largest in Europe and eighth largest in the world in terms of installed capacity nuclear power plants, third place in Europe and 11th in the world in terms of rail network, third place in the world after US and France in production of locators and locating equipment, third largest iron ore exporter in the world, fourth largest exporter of turbines for nuclear power plants in the world, fourth largest manufacturer of rocket launches, fourth place in the world by clay exports, fourth place in the world in titanium exports, eighth place in the world in exports of ore and concentrates, ninth place in the world of defense industry products, and 10th largest steel producer in the world, 32.4 million tons. Ukraine matters. And that is why its independence is important to the rest of the world. And that's why Russia wants Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. All right, so what's the stock market going to do tomorrow? I don't have my crystal ball. I have no idea. It's anybody's guess. Would I expect markets to be up today? Heck no. Okay, and now I want to talk to you about the SBA, and I want your opinion, folks, because this really baffles me. So you know how the SBA had all these EIDL loans for small businesses? Well, we applied for a small business loan early on in 2020, and we received a $5,000 loan. At that time, we were pretty financially secure, and we didn't really need the $5,000. We were thinking it was going to be a grant. So when we got the $5,000 loan, we paid it off in the first 3 months. We just paid it off because we didn't need to be paying the interest, and I don't really like being in debt. So we paid off the $5,000. In May of 2021, when the world started to reopen, we realized that we needed the capital then. We needed some money to reopen again. As the world reopened, we needed money. So we applied for another loan for $10,000 through the SBA. I'm not talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm just talking about a small amount of money. So we applied for the $10,000 loan, and we had to file paperwork and send all this stuff out. And we were rejected because it says we can't apply for another loan because the business already had a loan. We have to apply for an increase of loan. So since May of 2021, we've been going through this process and sending this T4056 and all sorts of documents. And today I got a phone call from the SBA saying, I'm sorry, the business doesn't qualify for a SBA loan because a SBA can only process one loan application per company. And we didn't qualify for an increase in the loan because our loan doesn't exist anymore. We paid it off. So what the SBA is trying to tell me is that if you have an outstanding loan for $100,000, they'll give you another $100,000, right? And they will put the debt on you, and you can pay it off over a long period of time. It's just a matter of having outstanding debt with them, and you can increase it. But if you're a business that was responsible and paid off the loan, you don't qualify for an increase anymore, and you don't qualify for another loan. So here you have a business with no debt, and the SBA rejects you because you have no debt, because you don't owe the SBA any money. Something is wrong here. This is what is going to crash our economy. Too much debt to too few people. People who are a little irresponsible. People who may just file bankruptcy in the next year or two. But a good business that has no debt at all, paid back their first SBA loan, can't get an increase because they paid it off. Something is wrong with this picture. Anyway, I'd love your comments on that. I was just baffled on it. But they will not give it to someone who is fiscally responsible with the money. Anyway, just blew my mind. It was the Tanzania School Foundation trying to apply for a $10,000 loan because we need money to make money, and we just didn't get it. What gives? Anyway, I'd love your comments on it. I'd really like your thoughts. So to me, it just didn't make any sense. But apparently those are the regulations. Alright, as always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel. We will talk again real soon. Call someone, tell them you love them, be kind, and have a great night.